All right, guys, time for week 5. So I'm just going to go really quick over any changes we have in the warm-up and in the workout we have today or this week. So nothing changed on the warm-up. That's the exact same. And a couple changes on the exercises. So pairing number 1, we have an overhead squat this week. So this is an excellent exercise that's going to challenge your upper body mobility. So it's easy to squat. Some of you may find it easy to squat, or some people might find it hard, but it's a lot more difficult when you put your hands straight up over your head. And what we're looking for in that exercise is to try to keep a neutral spine or a flat spine throughout. So as you squat down, you're going to find it harder and harder to keep your hands above your head or your shoulders glued to your ears. So it's an excellent exercise. You really have to pull your shoulders back and keep your back nice and tight to make that one look good. So we got the overhead squat for 15 reps, new exercise, high plank to a runner's lunge. Then we added a new cardio exercise in between. So that bridge between, we have mountain climbers this time. So we have mountain climbers. Then we're going to go into a drop squat, which is just a progression from that drop squat plus a pause we had last week. Skydivers, this time arms extended to make it a little bit more difficult. Then we're going into a curtsy lunge with a hop. So now we have the curtsy lunge last week. We're going to add a little bit of hop in between. It's going to make it a little more difficult. Kept that same exercise, tabletop to kick through. Again, it's a great exercise. So wanted to just get another week of that in. But I added a few more reps to each on this one. So make sure you look out for that one. And last two on the pairing, we have the reverse lunge with a knee drive. So we're getting into our lunge series, our linear lunge, so forward to back. So this week we have our reverse lunge with a knee drive, 10 reps each, and we got our single leg V-up paired up with a side crunch. So again, on these exercises, as you go through these progressions, you should be noticing small changes from week to week. So I took the same movement and either added a little more range of motion, added a little more depth, or made it a little bit more complex or a little bit more difficult, or just simply added a couple reps to it. So if you're finding that any of these progressions are too difficult at this point, so if you're finding if any of these exercises are too hard, you can't get through all of the reps, you don't feel like you're doing them correctly, there's a reason why I did the progression the way that I do, is that if you feel like it's too difficult for you, you can move back to the previous week's progression. So you can stick with that for as long as it takes to get good at that before you add the new progression in. So that's why I do the program the way that I do, is so that if you do feel like anything is too difficult, just go back to the previous progression, stick with that, and when you're ready, move up to that new exercise. Okay, little change on the cardio. So now we've built our way up to 30 minutes of cardio last week. So this week we're going to add a little bit of intervals in there. So what our intervals are today, it's a really simple process. We got 10 rounds, 60 seconds on and 60 seconds off. So total 20 minutes on this one. You're going to go basically a 60-second on, meaning you're going a little bit faster. I want that on about a 7 or 7.5 out of 10. Then you're going to slow it down. So it might be a slow jog or it might be a walk, whatever it is you need to do. And that's for another 60 seconds. You're going to alternate 60 seconds on, a little bit higher intensity, 60 seconds off, a little bit lower intensity. Whatever intensities that you choose though, make sure you can do it and last for 20 minutes total. So don't burn yourself out on the first 3 or 4 60-second ons. Not give yourself enough rest during the break so that you can't continue that same intensity for the entire 20 minutes. So just be careful of that. Start off a little easier if you need to, and then pick up the pace as you go once you get used to the workout. For our challenge this week, so what we're going to do is go back to week 1. We're going to see our progression from how well we did in week 1. So we have the two challenges we did were a plank and a wall sit. So look at your times you did for week 1. You're going to try to beat those times, get a little bit better than you did last time, and so on and so forth. And we're going to retest these next 4 weeks on the previous 4 weeks. So be prepared for that. I want everybody to do a little bit better than you did last time. Let's do your best. And that's all I have for you this week. Have a great week. And that's it from Weber Strength.